What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm C.
I'm P.
And today we're going to be reacting to another Big Burr video. It's called Big Burr make the host of Good Day New York uncomfortable.
Bill Burr makes the host on Good Day New York uncomfortable.
Isn't that what I said?
Yeah, you kind of was like, so I wanted to
smooth it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we know that Big Burr, if you put him in the show like he did with Conan, we just did,
kind of.
He says some controversial things, so I can understand how he would make some hosts uncomfortable. I totally understand that.
But it depends on the host because like Conan, he's used to kind of that stuff, and he was kind of throwing his own jokes back at Bill Burr. So when you had a host like Conan,
I think he was trying to like get a conversion away from what they were talking about. He was trying to be like, what? Huh? And be like, okay, let's talk about this now. And then, but Bill Burr just kept going like, oh my god.
Okay. Anywho, as always, let us know what you think about this reaction in the comments below. Like, subscribe, ring that bell so you can get notified for our upcoming videos. Remember, we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. We need your help to get there, so hit that subscribe button.
Let's begin.
10 episodes are available to binge watch. Bill Burr, welcome to Good Day New York.
How are you? Thank you for having me.
Well, the show is so funny. I mean, I'm just, is it based on your real life, or is it, you know?
Yeah, no, it's definitely based on my life, but it's, Frank is the character that I play. He's an amalgam of kind of everybody's dad in the writer's room, and he's an old school dad. Like when I was a kid, you were like afraid of your dad. Like he pulled in the driveway, he'd come in the front door, we'd all run out the back door.
Right, wait till your father comes home,
yes,
right?
Yes, absolutely. So it's more of that era. It's not this, you know, era now where your kids are like friends with their dad. I was like afraid of my dad. Not in a bad way. Like I just knew that, you know, when he came home that
things were gonna flop.
Yes, your behavior. We used to shut the TV off and like pick up books, pretending to be like reading. And I remember he used to like, you know, if he was in church, he had like the loudest snap. And if you guys were talking too loud, he just bam like that, and everybody just shut up, and then you knew you were going to get it later.
You mean get it? You know, it's fun. You get on stage, you talk about topics that are kind of taboo, but you make them really, really funny.
So your Christian background is part of the show. Or
yes, and I wanted to talk to you about Jesus after this.
Well, the only reason why I bring it up is some people thought maybe you went a little too far. You know.
As far as what?
Well, they thought that maybe you were being disrespectful to the Christian religion.
Who did?
I'm telling you, you need to Google.
Oh, good Lord.
So did you feel you were being disrespectful, or just you were just having fun with some of the crucifixes and stuff like that? I
don't even know what I mean, we did maybe 2 jokes about that?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you think the Catholic Church went a little too far? More so than my cartoon.
All right, listen.
A couple of jokes. I know this is a morning show. You can't bring up all those crimes.
You know what? Technically,
they just sort of kept moving them around. You know, like those killer whales at SeaWorld. After it kills a trainer, they'll then move it up to Seattle. They don't give them their background.
All right, I'm not totally following, but I don't think I want to.
You know what I'm talking about? It's a morning show. I understand.
I
came on. That kid missed the graduation, and then it was a feel-good story.
It was a feel-good, and we want to leave.
If you want to feel good about America, you watch the morning shows. You don't watch this. You know,
and
we were joking earlier. If that kid's story about the graduation was late night, that would have been a whole different story.
What do you think?
He's still missing. We can't find him. All we found was his hat. But you watch in the morning. It's great. It all worked out. He got his own personal graduation. Like, I was in such a great mood. Look how yellow this couch is. It's like the sun.
So Ethics for Family, I mean, it's really politically incorrect before politically incorrect was even a term.
Yeah, and I think, you know, a lot of that stuff. What you were saying earlier, you talk about taboo subjects. It's like, nothing I really talk about. It's not that people aren't talking about all of this stuff. It's just that there's sort of a way that people talk when they get on a stage or something like that. But it's not like, you know, people they laugh because they're already talking about it, so it's not that big a deal.
We all have dark thoughts sometimes, but you go there in public and you do it, even though it's edgy, kind of make it safe in a way.
Yeah, well, what's going to happen? I'm just talking. I mean, it's not like I'm not doing anything insane. I will tell you, though, I did stand up here 2 shows last night, and I cannot believe New York crowds now.
Why?
It is so like, oh.
They were doing that during
the
show?
I moved here. I remember when I moved here in '94, it was like, you remember Alphabet City, you were taking your life in your hands, and there was like junkies and stuff like that, so it was just really like a lot harder than to like even like impress people. And now, I mean, I don't know,
Again, the good old days.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You know what? They don't even call it Alphabet City anymore. You know that? They call it like the Lower East Side. Things, gentrification, whatever.
Was that offensive to illiterate people?
Only Bill Burr.
I was thinking, is it because of the African community? Is that why they don't call it that anymore? I don't know.
Called like the Lower East Side. Things, gentrification, whatever.
Was that offensive to illiterate people?
Anyway,
This town has changed.
F is for Family. Obviously, Netflix and the people who watch it love your show. Were we able to find a clip that we could clean up?
No, we got something. We got
You
something.
found
We got
something.
something.
Wow.
We got
Might be a couple of
something.
beeps.
Is
Check it
this
out.
just the intro song?
Oh, not hamburger assistant again. Why can't Mom make dinner?
Ask her. She's the one who abandoned her post. Now after doing all the lady work, I gotta leave to go do some man work. And is anybody gonna get me flowers and tell me I'm beautiful? No.
Nope.
No one's out there marching for old Frank Murphy. He just watches the sands of his miserable life gather at his feet while his wife, the modern woman, throws on a pantsuit every morning and just... There's my worker bee.
This guy really speaks to me. Good stuff, Bill.
It's a
thank
little
you.
Archie Bunkerish, a little, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is that time. And when we did, like, the 70s, we wanted it to look like how I remember the 70s, where Hollywood kind of always makes it look like everybody had a lava lamp and dressed like Ron Burgundy. This is more like the sort of Rust Belt Serpico 70s. Like, you know, anytime you see a movie about, like, the 70s, everybody has a car from the 70s. It was like, there was, you know, people didn't have money. They'd have a car from the 60s, so...
Yo, that is so true. I think about that.
What?
Like, imagine somebody say, okay, 2021, right? They do a movie in the future, do a movie in 2021, right? Everybody will have a 2021 car. But that's not true because most people can't afford the newest car. That's what he's saying. So they will not have the current car.
No, they
I've
wouldn't.
never thought about that.
That's true. That's funny.
I never thought about that. They have an older model because that's cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny. I never thought about that.
A car from the 70s. It was like there was, you know, people didn't have money. They'd have a car from the 60s. So if you look, there's a lot of. That's one of my favorite things to like pick out what car they're gonna have. Like Frank drives like an old like Ford Galaxy-esque type car before Ford comes at us for money.
You're right. The movies from the 70s, they overdo it. They all overdo it when they're going retro, right?
Well, they make it seem like when the Pacer came out, like everybody thought that was a good-looking car. It was a weird car.
With the big window.
Yeah, me and my mother looked at it. That is the ugliest piece of you-know-what I've ever seen in my life, but they made it seem like everybody in the 70s had like a lava lamp and thought that was a good-looking car.
So, Bill, do you Google yourself? Because I was like Googling the show.
No, God knows.
I was Googling the show.
I get trashed enough on Twitter. Do you know when I did the show last night? This is how like the millennials are, right? Somebody, I was wearing this exact same thing. You know, I'm on the road, so I got a nice stain on my shirt. So I was wearing this exact same thing. I go on Twitter, and somebody wrote, you know, Bill Burr last night dressed like an out-of-shape Jerry Seinfeld.
What?
So, like, yeah, I wrote back. I can't say what I wrote back. I wrote back.
You did?
You so-and-so. Yeah, it's like, why don't you heckle me when you're there?
But why would you even respond on
everybody is
Twitter?
sassy online. Not in your face.
Sassy.
Why?
Exactly. This is New York. Back in the day, I would walk on stage. Someone would have said that, and I would have had to fight my way out of it, and it would have been a tough set. And this person's just, everything's like so covert now.
I feel bad because, by the way, you're ripped.
Huh?
You're in pretty good shape.
But why respond to somebody who's being negative to you on Twitter?
Because it's fun. I like going back and forth, and then you can usually. Well, this is my deal. If you actually have a picture of yourself, then I'll go back and forth. But if you just have like the little egg thing there, like those, you know, 2 followers, then those people, it's like you just came up with an account or whatever, or you just go around trash people. To me, that's like a cowardly thing. But like, you know, if I can see you, you know, and you're out of shape, or maybe you're ugly or something like that, I'll go right for it. I'll get real childish.
Growing up, by the way, with the mother with the hairbrush and the dad, where was that? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up outside Boston, Massachusetts. The safe suburbs of Boston, Massachusetts. Because ever since Good Will Hunting, everybody thinks, you know, you grew up in Southie and you stole cars and you asked people about apples.
They overdid it too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Let me ask you about your Christian background.
No, nobody overdid Southie back then. Like, I'm just saying I was not that, you know. I was more of a, you know, cul-de-sac street hockey playing kid.
Bill Burr.
F
like
is
the
for
moon.
Family.
There you go.
F is for Family on Netflix, out right now.
He'd be a little more comfortable if he threw some trash around the studio, right? He misses the old New York, and you're not the only one.
I want to meet those religious people that got upset. And I want to quiz them on their religion.
All right, we'll talk about, why did I bring that up? Bill,
Why did you bring it up?
I'm sorry.
It's a morning show. This is supposed to be an easy one.
You know what happens? 9 o'clock, it all becomes daytime, so you got more license. Bill Burr, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
It's in New York State, the dirty. I don't know, but
Yeah, the guy seemed uncomfortable. The girl was having fun with it.
But I think a couple of times she was trying to move it onto the next topic.
Yeah.
A couple of times. But yeah, like if you watch Family Guy, man, there are so many religious jokes in that show. I'm in the floor laughing, bro.
It's funny watching him trying to be censored. He's
That's
he's like, can I say this?
Oh my god.
Oh, Bill Burr, why would you do a morning show, Bill Burr? Really?
Even he knows
like, you don't belong here.
Even he knows that.
You don't belong in a morning show.
Right. And with their religious jokes, man, it's like
I haven't seen his show. I heard about it.
I've seen some trailers of it, but I never actually saw it.
I gotta watch it. It's probably hilarious.
Guys, when you get older, if there's any like younger guys out there, when you get older, you have so much less time on your hands.
Oh my
when
god.
When I was younger in high school, bro, after school,
we act like we're so old.
Right?
We're not even that old.
After school,
I don't know homework. Worse.
I had so much time on my hands. Video games all day. But now it's like
I used to binge watch shows like they were nothing.
Now
it's like my friends like, have you seen the show? I'm like, no.
Like I don't have time. Like I don't have time.
Still got time.
But yeah, guys, man, this why it wasn't really that bad, the uncomfortableness.
No.
But you can actually see
I've
it.
seen worse interviews with people being really uncomfortable.
Why don't you try not to laugh? We might do those one day.
Yeah.
Try not to laugh once.
But yeah, it's funny watching him on those type of interviews because he tries so hard to censor himself. You can see in his face, he's like, he wants to say the F word, like, like it's on the tip of his tongue,
like, no,
or motherfucker or something like that. He's like, oh wait, no, can't say that.
Can't say that. But yeah, guys, you know Bill Burr.
Yeah, you know we love him. Somebody actually commented on the Dave Chappelle video. It was like, when you said Bill Burr, and he was like, I actually had to exit the screen and look. And like, who am I watching right now? I had to bring that up because you always confuse the two. Yeah. They look nothing alike, and their names sound nothing alike.
No, man. They are similar comedy. How about that? Let's go with that.
You weirdo. As always, like...
Yeah, guys, before we do that, tell us if you want us to do like try not to laugh challenges. See if that would be fun.
Oh my god, I will so fail.
What?
I will so fail.
Yeah, I feel like we will fail so easily. I feel like it's not even worth it. Yeah.
I crack up laughing like nothing.
But yeah, guys, like, comment.
Oh, I didn't know you said.
Subscribe. Yeah. See you next time. I'm doing shit myself.
Bye.